Sometime afterward, a gruesome discovery was made in the woods. A rabbit's body hanging from a tree branch, its belly slit open. Nearby lay a crumpled note scrawled with the words, "No trespassing. This is the territory of the Bunny Man." Years later, on a chilly October night, a young couple, Mark and Lisa, parked near an old stone bridge to spend some time together. Suddenly, a heavy rock smashed through the back window of their car. Startled, Mark turned around, and through the shattered glass, he saw a figure in a bunny suit, holding an axe. Lisa screamed. Mark fumbled for the keys, trying to start the engine, but the car wouldn't turn over. The figure stepped closer. He slammed the axe against the roof, then pressed his masked face to the broken window. His voice was hoarse and furious.
"You don't belong here. This is my land. Leave now before I carve you up like the rabbits."
At that instant, the engine roared to life. Mark floored the gas, and the car shot forward into the night. When they finally dared to look back, the Bunny Man was still standing there in the darkness, watching them go.
Long ago, two woodcutters, Minokichi and Mosaku, were caught in a snowstorm on their way home from the forest. They took shelter in a small hut. That night, a beautiful woman dressed in white appeared. She breathed a freezing mist onto Mosaku, killing him instantly. When she turned to Minokichi, she saw that he was young and handsome. She spared his life, but warned, "If you ever tell anyone what happened tonight, you will die." Years later, Minokichi married and built a happy family. One evening, he recalled the old incident and told his wife the story. The next morning, Minokichi was found dead on the floor. No cause could be found.
I had just moved into an old apartment. Everything seemed fine until I began to hear knocking sounds from the ceiling at midnight. The noise was steady, almost as if someone was deliberately making it. Because of it, I couldn't sleep and was on the verge of losing my mind. I reported it to the security guard, but he coldly told me that years ago, the apartment above had belonged to a married couple. They had left, and it had been vacant for nearly 5 years. No one lived there now. I had no choice but to go back, yet that night, the knocking returned. The next morning, I insisted that the guard open the apartment so we could check. The moment the door creaked open, both of us froze. Lying in the middle of the floor was a skeleton. The police quickly took over the investigation, and the victim was identified as a woman. But then the question haunted me. Those knocks I kept hearing every night. Who had been making them?
A young man often took a shortcut through the cemetery on his way home. One night, he saw a woman in a black dress sitting by the roadside, crying. Concerned, he stopped his motorbike and asked if she needed help. The woman lifted her head, tears streaming down her face, and said, "Could you give me a ride out of here?" Although he felt uneasy, he agreed. After riding for a while, he glanced back to check on her, but the seat was empty. The woman had vanished. Terrified, he sped up. When he finally left the cemetery behind, he looked into the rearview mirror and saw the woman sitting behind him again, staring straight at him. The next morning, people found his motorbike crashed into a tree by the roadside. Strangely, his body was discovered back in the cemetery, far from the crash site.
In a rural village in Indonesia, people often hear the sound of sorrowful cries mixed with mad laughter, echoing from beneath an ancient banyan tree. That is the Kuntilanak, the spirit of a beautiful young woman who died unjustly while pregnant. She appears as a stunning maiden in a flowing white dress. her long black hair cascading freely. The Kuntilanak wanders along village paths, luring lonely men with her enchanting smile and a sweet whisper, "Come with me." If the victim follows her into the dark forest, at first all he sees is a graceful figure leading the way. But once they reach a shadowy place, she turns around, revealing her true form, a demonic face with blood-red eyes and a gaping mouth full of shark teeth. With a shriek of laughter, the Kuntilanak attacks, tearing into her victim with razor-like claws, her maniacal laughter echoing through the woods. Many men have vanished on nights like these, leaving behind only bloodstains beneath the tree. Villagers warn one another, if you see a beautiful young woman in a white dress, with long black hair on a lonely road at night, turn back immediately before it's too late.